Welcome back to my channel, Tech Enthusiasts. Today, we're embarking on an exciting journey into the world of Linux as we guide you through the intricate process of installing Linux on a USB flash drive. This lightweight and versatile Puppy Linux distribution is the perfect choice for breathing new life into lower-end machines, and it's also incredibly secure. Stay tuned as we break down each step. Understanding Puppy Linux. Puppy Linux is a family of Linux distributions known for their simplicity and resource efficiency. Unlike traditional Linux distributions, Puppy Linux takes popular existing distributions and tweaks them to run seamlessly on lower-end hardware. This adaptability allows you to install Puppy Linux on virtually any system with varying storage mediums. For example, it's possible to have a fully functional version of the latest Puppy Linux on a mere 512 MB flash drive. Why choose Puppy Linux? One of the standout features of Puppy Linux is its ability to load and run entirely from your computer's memory. It operates by dividing the system into two parts: a read-only file system that contains all the default settings and programs, which loads into memory, forming the initial distribution, and a save file on your disk where any user files and modifications are stored. This file is loaded afterward and customizes the live system in your computer's memory. This approach ensures a lightweight and secure system, even when installed on a flash drive. Your data remains protected from potential threats, as it's stored separately from the operating system. Additionally, Puppy Linux is designed to be user-friendly and accessible right out of the box. You can start working or browsing the web immediately after it's booted up. Obtaining Puppy Linux. To get started, you need to obtain a copy of Puppy Linux. You can visit the project's download page, where you'll find several flavors or versions to choose from, including FossaPup, BionicPup, XenioPup, RasPup, and SlackoPuppy. For the purpose of this video, we will use FossaPup 64, which closely resembles Ubuntu 20.04 LTS. Installing balenaEtcher. Once you've downloaded the Puppy Linux ISO file, you can create a bootable USB drive using balenaEtcher. Begin by visiting balenaEtcher's official website and downloading the appropriate appimage file. Make sure to grant the necessary permissions to execute the appimage file by right-clicking on it and selecting Allow Executing File as a program. To launch balenaEtcher, simply double-click on the appimage file. Creating a bootable USB drive. balenaEtcher simplifies the process of creating a bootable USB drive. It guides you through the steps in a straightforward manner. Start by selecting the source file by clicking Flash from File and choosing the downloaded Puppy Linux ISO. balenaEtcher will attempt to detect the target flash drive automatically. If it fails to identify the correct drive, you can click Change and manually select the appropriate one from the list. Initiate the process by clicking Flash. balenaEtcher will first verify the source and then proceed to write the ISO onto the flash drive. Booting up the Puppy Linux installer. Insert the bootable USB drive into your computer and restart it. To boot from the USB drive, you will need to access your computer's boot menu. You can typically do this by pressing a specific key, such as F12, during the startup process. The grub menu will load up, displaying different system modes that Puppy Linux can boot into. In this menu, select FossaPup 64 9.5 to begin the boot process. Manage disk partitions. While Puppy Linux functions well as a live system, you can also install it on a separate USB flash drive for a portable setup. To do this, right-click on the live disk's desktop and select System, gparted, to format the disk. In gparted, choose your target disk, delete any existing partitions, and create a new partition table, selecting GPT to ensure compatibility with Puppy Linux. You can then proceed to create partitions for both the EFI and the root system. The EFI partition should be approximately 100 MB in size, and formatted with the FAT32 file system. Make sure to mark it as bootable. For the root partition, specify the size based on how much space you want to allocate to Puppy Linux. For instance, if you wish to dedicate 64 GB, set the size to 64,000 MB. Choose extension 3 as the file system and provide a label, such as Linux. Installing Puppy Linux. To install Puppy Linux on your USB flash drive, you'll use a utility called FrugalPup. Right-click on the Live Disks desktop and select Setup, FrugalPup. This will bring up a small window where you can either install or update an existing Puppy Linux disk. To create a new install, press Puppy. Click on this. Pick where you want to copy the installation files. We selected SDA2 since it is our root partition. You can also decide on the directory for the installation files. Puppy Linux doesn't require a specific directory, so you can create a new folder with a name of your choice. Installing the Puppy Linux bootloader. The installer will now bring you back to the main menu. Press on Boot. FrugalPup will let you choose where you want to install the bootloader. For this, you also need to select your root partition. Next, specify the installation directory, which you previously created. You will also need to select the location of the disk's EFI partition. The installer will provide a summary of the changes you're about to make. Confirm these changes by clicking OK. With these steps, you'll have successfully installed Puppy Linux on your USB flash drive. Enjoy the benefits of a portable, lightweight, and secure Linux distribution that you can carry with you wherever you go. Thank you for joining us in this comprehensive tutorial. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your tech-savvy friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth tech tutorials like this one. If you have any questions or need further assistance, don't hesitate to ask in the comments below. Until next time, happy computing!